Good morning, students. Today we will be discussing about the male reproductive organs in leech. This is the diagrammatic representation showing the male reproductive organs in leech. If we talk about leeches are hermaphrodite, monoecious, that is, each individual possesses a complete set of well differentiated male and female reproductive organs. Self fertilization does not occur. Cross fertilization preceded by copulation is being affected. But in today's lecture, we will be mainly focusing on the male reproductive organs in leech, and to discuss the female reproductive organs, I will make one more video in which we will be discussing about the female reproductive organs in leech. Starting from today's lecture, myself, Dr. BALRAM SAIN, Assistant Professor in Zoology, Government Dunga College, Bikaner. Male reproductive organs in leech. It mainly consists of testis X, vasa efferentia, vasa differentia, epididymis, ejaculatory ducts, and atrium. Now we will discuss each part in detail in the upcoming slides. Before that, this is the diagrammatic representation showing the reproductive organs, male reproductive organs in leech. Testis X, starting from the 12th segment to the 22nd segment, then a slender tube. Here in the picture you can see this is the vas efferentia, then vas differentia or vas differens, then the coiled structure epididymis, the atrium, ductus ejaculatorius or ejaculatory ducts. More we will be discussing in detail in the upcoming slides. Testis X. 11 pairs of testis X are present starting from the 12th to 22nd segments. In the picture you can see this is the first testis sac from the 12th segment, then 13th, 14th, 15th, and it continuously goes on up to the 22nd segment. These testis sacs are present on either side of the ventral nerve cord, below the alimentary canal, and these are the coelomic cavities which are filled with the coelomic fluid. And this coelomic fluid contains amoeboid cells. From the walls of testis sacs, sperm mother cells are formed, and spermatogonia or sperm mother cells are budded off from the inner walls of the testis sac. These cells float in coelomic fluid and later on develops into sperms. Next is vasa efferentia. From each testis, a small vas efferens arises. Coming to the picture, you can see this is the vas efferens. It is a very short and wavy duct, and it will open into vas differens. You can see this is the vas efferens opening into the vas differens. Vasa differentia. These are a pair of longitudinal ducts extending from 22nd segment to 11th segment all along the ventral body wall. So a pair of vasa differentia you can see vas difference starting from the 11th testis sac, that is the 22nd segment, to the 11th segment. Similarly here this is the vas difference till the 11th segment of the body wall. And vas difference here are the slender tubes and lie one on either side of the ventral nerve cord, as from the picture it is clear. Epididymis, the vas difference will end in epididymis in the 10th segment, and epididymis is a coiled mass. Here you can see this is the 10th segment, 11th and 12th. In the 10th segment you can see a coiled mass like structure which is termed as epididymis. This is also epididymis, a convoluted mass like structure. And now the question arises, what is the function of epididymis? The function is it stores the sperms. And one more thing, from the epididymis, here you can see a narrow and muscular ejaculatory duct arises from the anterior end of each epididymis. Similarly, from epididymis you can see from the anterior end ejaculatory duct is arising. Next is ejaculatory ducts and atrium. We have already discussed, from the epididymis a small ejaculatory duct arises. This is the epididymis part, and from the anterior end ejaculatory duct is arising. Similarly, from here epididymis ejaculatory duct is arising, and these two ejaculatory ducts of both sides join and form atrium. So two ejaculatory duct, first ejaculatory duct and the second ejaculatory ducts, these combine to form the atrium part. Atrium, it occupies the 9th and the 10th segments and shows two regions. This is the atrium part, and which shows two regions: the anterior broad prostate chamber in which prostate gland is present, and the posterior narrow part which occupies the penis. It opens out through male genital opening on the ventral side of the body in between the second and the third annuli of the 10th segment. So from the atrium part, the broad prostate part, which is called as the prostate chamber in which prostate gland is present, and the posterior narrow part, narrow penis sac, is present. Here you can see the male pore, this is the penis, and in the prostate chamber the spermatozoa which comes from the epididymis will be bundled into spermatophores by prostate secretions. Here from ejaculatory ducts, the which opens into the atrium part, and the spermatophores are bundled by the prostate secretions here in the broad prostate chamber, whereas penis sac is a muscular and bears a coiled and filamentous tube called penis. The penis is reversible and sperms are carried to the epididymis through the two vasa differentia and they remain stored there. And from each epididymis, sperms pass to the base of the atrium and where they are bound together to form packets of spermatophores by the secretions of the prostate gland, and the spermatophores are transferred to the vagina of another leech during copulation through the tubular penis. That's all in today's lecture, and in the upcoming lecture we will be discussing about the female reproductive organs in leech. Thanks a lot.